Hey, what it do, man? So I'm gonna tell y'all, man. The reason I made this YouTube channel specifically, the specific reason I made this YouTube channel is because I'm so tired of yelling at the TV, man. All I can do is yell at the TV. It pisses me off when I see these guys on this TV, man, just saying stuff and I can't do nothing about it. I be so mad because I know they up there lying and they up there capping. They up there just saying whatever it takes to get clicks. They saying whatever it takes to appease the people that's paying them. It gets on my nerve, man. So I just be yelling at the damn TV when they be saying stuff, man. Today I did not have to yell at the TV. My main man Mase was on TV today saying exactly all the things that I had been saying about the GOAT debate. It's, it should be no debate in the first place. Mason laid it out perfectly. How these guys say stuff to please LeBron James just so they can stay on his good side. This is what they've been doing, man. They try to diminish what Michael Jordan did just to build LeBron James up. Anyway, man, let's get to this Mace thing, man, and I'm going to come back and react to it. I want y'all to hear everything Mace said, man, and we're going to come back and react to what he said, man. Listen to this.
Welcome back. Okay, so it's time to have this LeBron discussion. LeBron or LeGoat? That was a legitimate question. He hit another milestone. He reached a total of 50,000 points in the regular season and playoffs.
50,000?
50,000 points.
That's a lot of points. I must admit, as a Jordan fan, that is a lot of points.
Hey, now he just added to the list.
He's added to the list.
Yeah, this is in the Lakers 136-115 win versus the Pelicans. You already know LeBron is in a higher tier that kind of just keeps moving up. Is this enough to make him the overall GOAT? How are we feeling? One, about his achievement, and then two, your thoughts overall on LeBron and then the caliber that he's playing at the age he's at.
No. LeBron is great at the longevities he's having. Let's just put apples where apples go, and let's put oranges where oranges go. It wouldn't matter if he gets 70,000 points, right? We're not weighing them against points. We're weighing them against the dominance. If I play much longer, I'm gonna get much more points. We're not going by points. If we were going by points, then that means Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would have been the GOAT until LeBron passed him. That's not what we're equating this to. I think people keep missing the argument because they keep trying to slide in new information. New information doesn't change what it is that we're basing this upon. It could change the numbers, it could change the status of yourself, but it doesn't change. We're talking about the chips. We're talking about the dominance. We're talking about when it's asked for, you deliver. It doesn't matter if you get 60,000 points. If at the end of this, you go out the second round. You understanding what I'm saying? Because a girl got a better BBL doesn't make her like, come on now. Yeah, you're 50 years old and can still wear Daisy Dukes. That don't make you the finest girl ever lived. That just means you look good for your age. Looking good for your age doesn't make you the GOAT. And that's what people are doing. They're talking about you looking good for your age. And if you look good for your age, that means you've been looking good for a long time. That still don't make you the baddest ever. Is that correct as a woman? Does that make you the baddest ever?
Ever subjective. Bad for that time.
It make you bad for that time. Exactly. But it doesn't make you the baddest ever because you was able to keep a physique at 60 years old. Your legs still look good in high heels or whatever it is. And I'm not comparing LeBron. I'm trying to make this a understandable point for ladies. Because if you see a lady that looks good at 53, it doesn't mean she looks better than Vanessa Williams, right?
So when you say that, and I want Tristan to finish her point.
Do you understand that point? That y'all don't have to agree with me. Do you understand
I understand.
the point?
I understand.
So I understand your point, and I didn't want to go off on a tangent. And I'm going to make this point really, really quick because also to that point,
I
you
hate
could say,
lies. I hate lies. I really
yeah,
do. I hate lies.
you can say what you want, but to even like compare, like, okay, best for longevity, baddest for that time, and then for women, I think of like Kim Kardashian, right? She's looked good for the longevity of her career, which also in comparison, I'm not saying like Kim Kardashian is the looks of like LeBron in basketball, but like kind of, because that's the same kind of concept.
Okay. So I'm glad you said that, because the way Kim Kardashian came about her success, for me, I don't value that. Because of the way she came about it. To other people that have different morals and different principles, they may look at that and like, so what? She's a billionaire. I don't count money that you get the wrong way. I don't count that. You know what I'm saying? There's some people like, oh, I won 100 games. But you won 100 games on steroids. I feel the same way about rap. If it comes out that these rappers did these things to be at that level, and I'm like, no, bro, I was doing that without doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't hold a success on the same level. At that point, even if you were looked at as the GOAT, we're taking that GOAT status down because you got there the wrong way. You didn't get there honestly. You got there, now all this stuff comes out. You got there these ways? Nah, I don't respect that. You're nobody. You're actually lower than the people who we thought was under us.
That's a really good point, and I kind of want to get your perspective on LeBron more then. So in that analogy, do you think that there's something besides the amount of rings that is bringing LeBron down in terms of the dominance? Like, do you think
let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about it. It's not just the rings are won. Of course, it's the championships, and there's people who won more championships than Jordan. So it's not just the rings, but it's showing up when it counts. Isn't that what makes you great? That you show up when it counts. That's why people love God, because he comes through. He's faithful. He's faithful. Is no excuse for not delivering. That's what I'm more so talking about. It's not the 50,000 points. I said it myself. If LeBron wins a championship with his son, then I could start having that conversation. Until then, I can't have that conversation until you come through, pause, when we really need you to, without excuse. Him joining other people to get those rings, that definitely plays into his legacy. That would be no different than if you find out that I was buying all my cells. That plays into how we look at you, right? We can't throw that away. We can't highlight the things that you do good and turn a blind eye on the things that weren't correct. Is that correct? Or we just, because that's what I'm talking about. You joining teams, you're moving stuff around so you can, it's like me going in a park and there's 2 7-footers and all the other kids are 5'10". And I picked the 2 7-footers and I'm playing against all of the kids 5'10", but you want me to believe that you did something? No, you were playing with, you stacked your team. You stacked your team.
And then the question that I have though about the longevity, the female analogy, the women analogy, do you think if you're the baddest girl in your senior year in high school through like sophomore year in college, and then you fall off, like rim check Jordan Wizards, and you have a short but high peak, but then you have somebody who's like maybe slightly not as hot, but is hot like Halle Berry into her 50s. You don't weigh those things at all. It's just like whatever your peak is, even though you might have fallen off of a cliff in your early 20s.
No, I do see that point, but Jordan didn't have that. That's why I'm trying to say that. That will be very much true. I'm a realist, I'm going to weigh both sides. Like if LeBron comes and he gets, let's say 5 championships and he didn't run to Miami to get it, he would definitely be in that. He would definitely be right there with Jordan, right there where you can even say, okay, some people could put him over him. And I wouldn't be mad at that. But the things that certain players have done to get their rings, That's different. That's different for my mindset. Me and I'm not the end all say all to anything, but I'm just here to voice that opinion because when you do certain things like that, I can't deem it as the same. Are you a great basketball player? Yes. Do you have the most points? Yes. Have you been the best for the longest? Yes. But that don't make you the best.
That's that. But Trista, so I just need a little final.
Because when we needed you to be the best, you walked off. When we needed you to be the best, you blamed other people. So we got to keep all of that on the same scale. The guy I'm talking about, when his dad died, he delivered. When he had the flu, he delivered. He never gave us an excuse for not delivering. That's why we still wear Jordans instead of LeBrons. That's why we wear them.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you put Steph Curry then over LeBron because Steph didn't ever leave a team, even though he got.
I actually
inherited.
Yes, I'm glad you put. Now you're getting my mindset. I actually hold Kobe over LeBron to me, because with everything people saying, Kobe got his 5 championships with the team he was with. When they went down, he went down with his team. When they came up, he came up with his team. He never felt like he had to go to play with Ray Allen to win. He put the team on his shoulders. When people said, well, you only got those because Shaq was with you. He got them without Shaq, without moving. Same location. Same location. Y'all come play with me. Can't say you're the king if you following other people to play. Not where I come from. You can't do that. And I know today we have better media and we have better access to the media. We didn't have internet and stuff like that. So you can paint narratives. But even when people act a certain way, when they get around real men, we know who's who. We know who's who. You can lie to other people. You can't lie to people like me. And that's probably why people don't like my takes. Because you can't lie to me. You can lie to other people that's infatuated with things you've done. But I can see through it. Prisoners of the moment. Because is nothing you go back and look at and say, okay, oh, this is that much greater than this. So I wonder, where do they get this narrative from? Probably because they watch ESPN or they watch these major old networks that feed this information and come up with stats and come up with ideas that make people focus in on that one part and say, oh, yeah, he got 60,000 points. Okay. And Wilt Chamberlain had 100, but we don't bring him up. Right. And what's his name? And Bill Russell.
Yeah.
And all of these people had 10 rings or whatever they got, but we don't call them the GOAT. You call you the GOAT because you're the greatest of all time, not the most points of all time, not the most blocks of all time, the greatest of all time. I mean, we put these two people on the stage. Let's define what the greatest of all time is. We put these two on the stage, and this one outperforms the other one every single time. So I'm saying if you put Jordan and LeBron on the stage, Jordan will outperform him every time. If you put Jordan and Kobe on the same stage in a prime, Kobe would outperform him every time. That's what we're going off. Because I even have a hard putting Magic on him, but I understand. He made, with this athleticism, outperform Magic every time. And I'm okay with that. As long as it's the truth, I'm okay with it. I don't like when people are biased because they like a person, or they're biased because they need an interview, or they're biased because they have financial gain to why they're saying what they're saying.
Very, very.
And everybody I hear talk about this conversation have an agenda in the conversation. So you never get the truth from people who have an agenda for why they're saying what they're saying. That's bias either against the person or bias for the person. You couldn't name one person that had this discussion. Probably. You probably could. But I don't see one as of yet that I've heard of that wasn't either bias against LeBron or bias for LeBron.
You hear that? It doesn't matter if he gets 70,000 points. We're not measuring him against points. We're measuring him against dominance. Michael Jordan was dominant, and you could not play harder than Michael Jordan. He didn't run from team to team. Michael Jordan and Kobe stayed during the ups and the downs. Steph Curry stayed. Steph Curry didn't run around jumping on another team and trying to build another super team. Keep chasing folk. Just like Mase said, and I've been saying it for the longest, how the hell you going to be a king if you're going to sleep on somebody else's sofa? Point blank period. How you going to call yourself a king? When LeBron James took his ass to Miami, he was calling himself king. I'm sitting there like, how you going to be king and you down there on Dwayne Wade's sofa in his house? How you going to do that? How's you a king? That don't make sense to me. And also, just like Mase said, wasn't nobody screaming that Kareem was the GOAT. When he had 38,000 points, we had way more points than everybody else. Wasn't nobody saying Kareem the GOAT. Because we ain't going by points. Ain't nobody going by points. We going by dominance. And LeBron James ain't dominant. He just putting up excuse me, y'all. He just putting up stats. That don't mean you dominant because you putting up stats. Dominant means you beating everybody and you unstoppable. Dominant. MJ was dominant and unstoppable. LeBron James ain't unstoppable and dominant. If he was unstoppable, you wouldn't be able to beat him. People keep beating LeBron James. And just like May said, when it's asked of you to deliver, you deliver. You don't sit up there and make it seem like you ain't got no help. You don't sit up there and blame somebody else for you losing, looking around saying, well, it must be the coach. It must be the GM then. That ain't give me no help here. It must be something else. You get everybody to buy into that narrative. Therefore, making excuses for you that you didn't win. MJ and Kobe never did that. They never did it. When they lost, they lost. When they lost, they was like, hey, I need to do better. Ain't nobody sit up there and be like, oh, I'm finna leave because they ain't got no help. They ain't got no help. They can't build no talent around me. You remember LeBron James was trying to do that with Cleveland? It look like they're doing a damn good job right now building a team up there in Cleveland. They got the best team in the league. They doing a great job. Anyway, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. And just because a woman got a better BBL, she paid for a better BBL, doesn't mean she's the finest woman that ever lived. Mase killed it with that one. That don't mean she the finest woman that ever lived because she got a better BBL. And being a good basketball player, one of the top 10 basketball players in the league at age 40, that doesn't make you the best player of all time. That means you the best 40-year-old that ever played. That's what that means. That don't mean you were better than Michael Jordan when both of y'all were 28. Both of y'all 28, you wasn't better than Jordan. At the age of 28. At the peak, in your prime, in both of y'all's prime, you was nowhere near, you wasn't better than Jordan. Jordan's still better than you. So you don't go by that. Talking about he done scored 50,000 points. Okay, so what? He done played 25 years. Of course he gonna score that many points. That don't make him the best player that ever lived. That make him score more points than everybody. That's what that means. And oh yeah, man, just to piggyback off one of the other things Mase said about LeBron James, about him going to the park and pick 2 7-footers to be on his team, and they playing against 2 5-foot dudes, right? And then after you win the game, you trying to make it seem like you done something. Like you pounding your chest and you ain't did nothing, man. All you did was you played on the team 2 7-footers. Look, what I'm saying is, this is what I used to say about LeBron James. I equated it to when I was growing up, right? When I was growing up, guys used to cheat in Little League when I played football. Like, say, for instance, we played 12 and under, even basketball, too. Like, if I played 12 and under in basketball, right? So, I'm from Bankhead Court. We used to play against other projects, recreational. We used to play for the recreation center, other projects, right? So, sometimes we'll play a team, and we'll look over there, and it'd be a dude on the other team that look way older than 12 years old, bro. Way older. And they killing us. And we looking around like, hey, man, this dude can't be 12 years old, bro. So what they used to do back in the days was get a fake birth certificate. Because they didn't have all the technology they got now. That you can't do that now. But back in the day, they used to bring fake birth certificates. Somebody else's birth certificate that say they 12 years old. And they used to play on the team and they used to dominate the 12-year-olds. Even though he's 16 years old, they used to dominate the 12-year-olds. That's what LeBron James, every time I see LeBron James back, I always think about those kids. I think about the guy that go get a fake birth certificate and play 12 and under so he can dominate and then be pounding his chest like he done something. That's how I saw LeBron James every time he trying to build a super team. He trying to stack the deck. That's what I see. And you pounding your chest like you just done something. You ain't did nothing. How about going out there like Michael Jordan and Kobe and slay the giant? Yeah, you slayed the giant one time. You cheated to do that. The league helped you out in the first place. But anyway, man, I don't want to go too far in that. And I want to say this too, man, because it's hard when somebody like Mase is talking to them. You can see their brains about to explode, man, because they don't want him to be saying the stuff that he's saying. They want LeBron James to be the GOAT. They want to be right about what they saying. But they know Mase is right. They don't want him to be right. They trying to scramble and figure out something to say to combat what he's saying because they want LeBron James to be the GOAT so bad. That's not true, though. That's not true. They want him to be the GOAT. That's why you see them over there. They trying their best. They don't want Mase to be saying what he's saying right now, man. I'm sorry, I'm saying that for the people that saw the audio of Mase, earlier. I was just saying that only for the people that saw the audio. You can see those women now they about to lose their mind because they not smart enough to really combat what he's saying because he's right. Amen, Mase. Do LeBron James have the most points? Yes. Has he been good for the longest? Yes. That don't make him the best ever. And just like Mase said, I can't respect those rings that Jordan got and Kobe got. They're not the same as the rings that LeBron got. LeBron ran to if LeBron would have got 5 rings in Cleveland, we could look at him different. If he had never started teaming up with other superstars to try to win rings and running and getting on somebody else's team, we'll look at him different. But the way that he got those rings should mean something. The way LeBron James got them rings, man, it means something, man. So that's basically all I had to say, man. I just wanted somebody else to hear that, man. Because I get so tired of yelling at the TV. Ain't nobody saying what I think and what I mean. So when I'm yelling at the TV, Mase got it right today. Thank you, Mase, for putting the truth out there. All right, man. I'm out of here.